Hello and welcome back to CinemaBurger's 13 Nights of Halloween as we continue with the first of the 4 Blumhouse produced movies that are Amazon originals. So we start off with the movie The Lie. It stars Joey King, Peter Sarsgaard, and Marielle Enos. It's about a girl who ends up killing her best friend, and the parents help cover it up, and things get worse. So the movie starts out with video on people's cameras and laptops of the main character, Kayla, and her parents. It's clear now that the parents are now divorced, and also it's revealed that she is big into ballet. So the mom brings the girl to her dad's, played by Peter Sarsgaard, the mother played by Marielle Enos, and the dad is picking her up and bringing her to the dance recital. And all of a sudden they're on the road and they see someone at a bus stop, and it's Kayla's best friend, Brittany. Now, I don't know why she's just on the side of the road, but they pick her up, and immediately the friend Brittany is looking at the dad like, I want to have sex with you? It's like that kind of look. Now, the dad is in a band, and he's playing his own music in the car, and when the friend Brittany asks who this is, the dad's like, oh, it's my band. And she's like, oh, that's cool, or it's already alluded to, or they're trying to imply that maybe she's gonna try to have sex with the dad. It's really weird. But she's like basically hitting on the dad. Now the dad calls Brittany pretty or something, and that makes like Kayla upset. Because the way they've shown Kayla in the first like 15 minutes of the movie, her face is very like pale and devoid of color. She seems kind of down or depressed, I'm not sure, but she just isn't, I guess, herself. But they make Brittany look very like colorful. She has a pink coat on, and she's like really smiling a lot. She has like makeup on. So while they're driving, for some reason, Brittany asks them to pull over by like this waterfall or something, this river. And even Kayla questions why, and they both get out, and Kayla comes back crying in a bit, and she says Brittany fell. So, and the dad's like, what do you mean? And she's just missing now. So apparently Brittany fell in the river and died. Now, Kayla says, I pushed her because I was mad. I'm thinking like, okay. So the dad's like freaking out. Now they find Brittany's like purse with her phone in it. And then they get back to the house, and Kayla tells the mom also. So now they're trying to figure out what to do. Kayla shows her mom some shirt with a hole in it. She whispers something in the mom's ear. We don't know what it is. And later on, the mom ends up burning the shirt. So I guess it's some sort of evidence, I guess. So now the majority of the rest of the movie is them figuring out what to do. Now, Kayla's also keeps saying, like, I did it, like, and she wants people to know that she did it, which doesn't make sense because then she'd go to jail. Like, why would you want people to find out? It just doesn't make sense. Even for a movie with melodrama in it like this, it still doesn't make sense for the character to want to be found out. It doesn't benefit her in any way. So now a lot of the movie is the dad and the Kayla trying to figure out like what to do now, because they have to make up an alibi, like, oh, they went to get something after they picked up Brittany or something, and then she's just gone. At one point, the dad has a dream that Brittany washed up on the shore where she fell, and she looks like decomposed already. It's a lot of this movie now. Now Kayla says like they were fighting, the cops get involved, and they find emails like that they were arguing that Brittany stole Kayla's boyfriend or something like that. Now also, why were two girls emailing each other like you just text each other? That doesn't make sense. I feel like that's just like weird writing. So Brittany's dad is looking for Brittany now and asks Kayla like, can you tell me when you talk to her to call me? And also he starts like kind of showing up a lot because Kayla hasn't contacted him. He's getting more desperate, but it makes sense because he's looking for his daughter. But at one point he gets angry enough to he hits Kayla's dad. And then Kayla says later on that the dad may have been hitting her because when they picked her up at the bus stop, she had like a mark on her face. Could have been a bruise. Now, Kayla is very upset, of course, throughout the movie, but she seems happy that her parents are together again. Now, she might have bipolar disorder because she goes from high to low very quickly. It's also revealed that she's been cutting herself because it helps deal with the mental pain. So Kayla's clearly has not been okay for a few years now. So now Kayla's parents are trying to spin it that the dad was beating Brittany to try to get the dad in trouble so that he doesn't find out what actually happened to Brittany. The parents say that Kayla's at the doctor when the dad comes around again, but then they come outside and they see her, and the dad is like trying to bang on the windows and getting more and more aggressive. Now later on also the mom sees the dad with Brittany's purse and phone, hoping that like the cops weren't trying to activate it or find the phone signal. And the mom kind of alludes to maybe the dad and Brittany were doing something. And it's like, oh, we don't know. Like, was the dad and Brittany like sleeping together? Or is Brittany actually alive and it's like a prank or something between her and Kayla? It's weird because he kind of gives off that idea, but you know, it could be any of these things. Feels like there's a lot of like padded out time of nothing happening. So I feel like this story would have worked better as a short film or something, or like an episode of like a Black Mirror type show. Now the writer and director of this is named Veena Sud. She has worked on many other things in the past, including the shows Cold Case, The Killing, which also stars Marielle Enos, and the miniseries 7 Seconds on Netflix. So she has writing and directing skills, because even though the plot of this movie, The Lie, isn't the best, it looks great. The cinematography is good. It looks like a professional job in that sense. It's also interesting to note that this movie was actually made in 2018, while the other 3 of these Blumhouse Amazon original movies were made in 2020, so I guess this was sitting on the shelf and they decided to release it now on Amazon. Now, Blumhouse movies in general seem to be very divisive. They could either be very good in terms of reimagining old horror franchises or horror genres, or they seem to be doing a lot of like game horror movies like Truth or Dare or Ouija or things like that. And now in some cases they're really good, like the remake of Halloween from 2018, or in some cases they're really bad, like Truth or Dare. So I feel like this movie kind of falls somewhere in the middle. Like, the premise is kind of generic and there's not enough substance to make this an hour and 30-minute movie, I feel. So now, as the cops have been talking to both Kayla's parents and Brittany's dad, Kayla's parents get more and more freaked out, so they try to plant evidence of her phone, of Brittany's phone, at the dad's house. And the dad sees, so he comes out to yell, ask what they're doing at his house, and Kayla's dad and Brittany's dad get in a fight, and Kayla's dad almost like drowns him, and then they stop and they realize, alright, we gotta calm down. So it seems like a sense of logic has won the day, and then Kayla's parents leave. Now, as they're driving, they see Brittany's dad on the road. Now, Kayla's mom just basically stopped the dad from drowning Brittany's dad, but then all of a sudden, as they see Brittany's dad in the road now, the mom is driving, she speeds up and runs him over with the car. So I don't understand that logic at all. You just stop someone else from killing him and then you do it. So you see like the streak mark on the road from the blood from Brittany's dad. And so Kayla's parents dispose of the body of the dad. They come back home, they clean off the blood off of everything. And they come into the house just exhausted and with just exasperated faces. Throughout the movie has been saying, oh, it went too far, it was never supposed to happen. But then she also said that she wanted to kill Brittany, and she did. So, and that she wanted to get caught, which also didn't make sense. The movie, the audience, or me, has been wondering what's the twist gonna be. Is it like Brittany and Kayla's dad were sleeping together? Is it like something? And the parents are done. You see Brittany just walks in the room, so apparently she's alive. Now, Brittany says, oh, this wasn't supposed to go this far. We pretended that she pushed me in the river so I could go spend a day or two with my boyfriend. Now, the look on Marielle Enos's face, she just looks so like burnt out and tired. It perfectly expresses the moment of the scene, but it's also unintentionally hilarious how her face is. So all of this, all of the killing, the lying, the antics from Kayla, like her being sad, was all so that Brittany could go see her boyfriend. And for Kayla's side of it, what she got out of this was that her parents were together again. Because she missed their parents being together, because she's like, things feel like the way they used to. What? Like, even for like a Lifetime movie, that is such a ridiculous plot twist. It definitely does not justify everything that happened in the movie. Like, how dumb is that? So, as Kayla is trying to hug her parents, as they still look shocked, you hear cops' cars coming in the distance, and then the movie fades to black. So basically, Kayla's parents killed Brittany's dad for no reason. Now, Brittany realizes something's wrong too, but yeah, the movie ends like just like that. Oh god. Now, out of all of 4 of these Blumhouse movies on Amazon, this is the lowest rated movie on Rotten Tomatoes. And it's also the oldest movie, because the other 3 were made in 2020, like I said. So they, I guess, wanted to release this earlier, but it sucked so much to put it in theaters that they just put it on Amazon. Now, I would not recommend this movie to watch seriously. Because even though the plot twist is unintentionally hilarious, it's not worth the other hour and 10 minutes you have to get through to get to that point. Now, I give this 1.5 out of 5 burgers because of Marielle Enos's performance in this movie. She is doing the best job out of anybody. And for the directing and cinematography, Veena Sud does a great job with camera work. Her writing, I will not give credit to. And it doesn't make sense because she's written other stuff that is good. So, that's the first of these Amazon original Blumhouse movies. Now, if you go on Amazon, it says, "Welcome to the Blumhouse." Now, if this is what they have to offer, I hope the other 3 movies are better. I truly do. So, if you really feel you need to watch this movie, definitely watch it drunk. But, yeah, I was flabbergasted when I heard what the reveal was and when they reveal what happened at the end. Alright, I'm Scott Berger, and I'll see you next time.